Dear students, in this lecture, we will see how to solve problems using KVL, that is, by implementing mesh analysis, how to solve the network problems. The problem is defined here as determine the loop currents in the network shown in figure and also obtain the voltage across each resistor. So, this is the network that they had given. Now, we need to solve for loop currents. After obtaining the loop currents, we need to find out the voltage across each resistor. Let's see how to do it. For solving the loop currents, we need to obtain the loop equations first. There are basically two loops. This is loop 1 and this is loop 2. And voltage source is connected here. So as the current moves from positive terminal, so let us take this loop current in clockwise direction as I1 and loop 2 current also we are taking in clockwise direction. The loop current in 2 is I2. Now let's start writing the loop equation. In loop 1, let's start with this node. As the current is moving clockwise direction, in 7 ohms, the I1 current enters at the left hand side and leaves on the right hand side. Therefore, it will create a voltage drop with polarities plus on the left hand, minus on the right hand side. Next, it will enter the 12 ohms from top to bottom. Therefore, the voltage drops will be positive at top, minus at the bottom. And there are no other resistance. Therefore, we can write the loop equation. So starting from this node, we are facing positive terminal when we are coming across 7 ohm resistance. So the voltage drop in 7 ohm resistance will be plus 7 into the current flowing through the 7 ohms is I1 alone, 7 into I1. Next, after 7 ohm resistance, we come across 12 ohms. So we are also facing plus at 12 ohms. So plus 12 into the current flowing through the 12 ohm is I1 and I2 both are flowing through the 12 ohms as it is linking with it is a common resistance for both loop 1 and loop 2. The currents I1 and I2 will flow through the 12 ohms, but both are flowing in opposite directions. I1 is flowing from top to bottom and I2 is flowing from bottom to top. And we are writing the equation with respect to the loop 1 by taking I1 as reference. Therefore, the net current in 12 ohm resistance will be I1 minus I2. As we are taking I1 as a reference, we have to take I1 as positive and its opposite direction as minus. After 12 ohms, we come across the voltage source and we are facing minus terminal at the start. So minus 80 and there are no other elements. So the summation will be equal to 0. And regrouping with I1 terms at one point and I2 terms on one point, we will get 7I1 plus 12I1 equivalent to 19I1 and I2 terms are minus 12 and if you move minus 80 onto the right hand side we will get plus 80 on the right hand side. So the equation will become 19I1 minus 12I2 equal to 80. This is loop 1 equation. In a similar manner for loop 2 we can write, so loop 2 let's start from this node. So voltage drops in 4 ohms will be with plus on left hand side, minus on right hand side, and we will come across 12 ohms. It is flowing from bottom to top, so plus at bottom, minus at top, voltage drop caused by the I2 in 12 ohms. Now there are no other elements. If you write the loop equation, the first term 4 into I2 current alone is flowing through the 4 ohms. Next plus 12 into, as we are writing the equation with reference to the I2, that is loop 2. Therefore, I2 we are taking as positive. So the current in 12 ohms is I2 minus its opposition current I1 as minus. So I2 minus I1. There are no other terms. So the summation will be equal to 0. And rearranging the I1 terms on one point and I2 terms on one point, we will get minus 12 I1 plus 16 I2 equal to 0. This is loop 2 equation. So on solving equations 1 and 2, we get the values of I1 and I2, that is loop currents. Let's see how to solve. In calculator, select the equation mode. So click on mode. Equation is at fifth option. So select the equation mode. As we have two unknowns, so option 1 corresponds to the two unknowns. Select option 1. So here we need to enter the equations. So the A corresponds to the first variable coefficient, B corresponds to the second variable coefficient, C corresponds to the constant term that is on the right hand side of the equation. So first equation is I1 coefficient is 19 and I2 coefficient is minus 12. Constant term is 80 on the right hand side. And second equation, I1 coefficient is minus 12, I2 coefficient is 16, constant term on the right hand side is 0. So after entering, if you got equal, we will get the first variable as 8, second variable as 6. So I1 is equal to 8 amps, I2 equal to 6 amps. Now we need to find out the voltages. So let's see how to find out the voltages. Voltage across 7 ohm resistor is equal to 7 into, so voltage equation is V equal to IR, resistance into current flowing through that resistance. So across 7 ohm resistance, voltage drop will be equal to 7 into the current flowing through the 7 ohm resistance is I1 alone. So 7 into I1, 7 into 8, 56 volts. Similarly, voltage across 4 ohm resistor equal to, in 4 ohms, I2 current alone flows through these 4 ohms. So therefore 4 into I2, 4 into 6, 24 volts. Now voltage across 12 ohm resistor is equal to 12 into this 12 ohms is common to both loop 1 and loop 2. Therefore, both I1 and I2 currents are flowing through this 12 ohms. Now, if you take I1 current as a reference, it will create voltage drop with positive on the top side and minus on the bottom side. So it will create a voltage drop with positive terminal on top side and minus terminal on the bottom side. So we will calculating that voltage drop 12 into, as I1 we are taking a reference, I1 minus I2. So that equal to 12 into 8 minus 6. So 12 into 2, which is equal to 24 volts. So in this way, we can find out the loop currents by using mesh analysis. After finding the loop currents, we can calculate the currents flowing through each branch, and with the help of that each current through each element, you can find out the voltage drops in each resistive element. Thank you.